Hi, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Here are every single detail about the Fall of the House of Usher reviews and episode details. The Fall of the House of Usher is a Netflix horror series created by Mike Flanagan, based on the works of Edgar Allan Poe. It premiered on 12th October 2023 and consists of 8 episodes. The series follows the Usher family, a wealthy and corrupt dynasty that owns a pharmaceutical company responsible for the opioid crisis. As their sins catch up with them, they face a series of gruesome deaths that seem to be inspired by Poe's stories. The series has received mostly positive reviews from critics and audiences, who praised its dark humor, gore, and homage to Poe. Some of the reviews are: The Fall of the House of Usher review, a gleefully terrifying take on Edgar Allan Poe by Lena Latif for The Guardian. Latif calls the series a bluntly entertaining exercise that stays on the edge of terror without cascading into jump scares and sentimentality. The Fall of the House of Usher reviews, deliciously macabre and triumphant, critics say, by Aaron Pruner for Rotten Tomatoes. Pruner compiles various quotes from critics who describe the series as horribly good fun, gleefully twisted, and triumphant. The Fall of the House of Usher review, Netflix new horror series by Caroline Frank for Variety. Frank writes that the series is more sinister than chilling and that it makes for a satisfyingly macabre binge. The episode details are as follows. Episode 1, The Fall of the House of Usher. Roderick Usher, the patriarch of the family, confesses to a detective named Auguste Dupin that he is responsible for the deaths of his 6 children. The episode then flashes back to a few weeks earlier, when the Ushers were celebrating their success and immunity from legal troubles. Episode 2, The Mask of the Red Death. Napoleon Usher, Roderick's eldest son and heir, throws a lavish party at his mansion, where he invites his siblings and other guests. However, a mysterious plague breaks out among the attendees, turning them into bloody corpses. Episode 3, The Task of Amontillado. Prospero Usher, Roderick's second son and a wine connoisseur, visits a vineyard owned by an old rival named Fortunato. There, he lures him into a cellar and walls him up alive, only to realize that he has trapped himself as well. Episode 4, The Telltale Heart. Frederick Usher, Roderick's third son and a surgeon, performs an illegal organ transplant on his lover, who is dying of a rare disease. He uses the heart of a homeless man he killed, but soon hears it beating under the floorboards, driving him mad with guilt. Episode 5, The Pit and the Pendulum. Tamerlane Usher, Roderick's fourth son and a military contractor, is kidnapped by a group of rebels who torture him in a dungeon. He is subjected to various devices, such as a swinging blade, a pit of rats, and a burning iron. Episode 6, The Murders in the Rue Morgue. Victoria Usher, Roderick's only daughter and a forensic scientist, investigates a series of brutal murders in Paris. She discovers that the killer is an escaped orangutan that belongs to her brother Camille, who uses it for his experiments. Episode 7, A Midnight Dreary. Camille Usher, Roderick's youngest son and a geneticist, creates a hybrid creature that resembles a raven. He becomes obsessed with it and neglects his wife Lenore, who dies of an overdose. The raven then attacks him and pecks out his eyes. Episode 8, The Fall of the House of Usher, Reprise. Roderick reveals to Dupin that he orchestrated the deaths of his children by using their own vices and fears against them. He also confesses that he suffers from a rare condition that makes him hypersensitive to stimuli. He then sets fire to his mansion, hoping to end his misery. However, Dupin manages to escape with Juno, Roderick's young wife who was also his accomplice. They drive away as the house collapses behind them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more movie and series content.